La 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 la. La 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 la.
Dear Diary, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Life is strange. I'm on Easter holiday now, but somehow I have homework to do. But why? I think they don't understand holidays. Is Mom making Luchi think she's... Papa was watching a film last night, but he didn't let me watch it. I miss my friends, but it's okay. I will have more stories to tell when we meet. I wonder, what are they eating for lunch today?
Mom, খেতে আয়। কি রে মম? এলি না? আয় তাড়াতাড়ি।
Dear Diary, in school we were asked to write an essay on what I want to be when I grow up. I like reading and watching and drawing, and that's what I want to be when I grow up. She didn't like my answer and asked me to think of something else called a profession. I don't know yet. Let's see. I watched a film about two divers and one of them gets trapped in an underwater tunnel. I liked it because it was quite exciting. It is something called a horror. I don't know what that means. Dear Diary, I found a video about someone who makes films. I'm not sure what that means, but I like the way he was talking about stories.
Creativity, I guess I would try to include in my daily life in any way possible, like for creating a plan.
To actually making film. So I do take filmmaking as a profession, but I find it as a way of dealing with your thoughts, expressing yourself, finding out more about stuff you care about. As a creative process, I take it as part of my life because I find so many other things interesting and which feed into my filmmaking, like traveling or meeting people, meeting cultures. So I try to balance everything out and put them together. Because of the way I grew up, and it was in the house, just my mom and my sister. We had individual rooms in the three of us, and every one of us had their own TV, which is not nice for a family. It's not healthy as a family, but it helped me grow my interest in film. So I was watching in the TV in my room quite a lot of films, maybe every night or every other night when there was no football on the TV. So yeah, I was very interested in films. I started enjoying copying films, like in a very legal sense. I found joy on keeping films in my library. It was the period when DVDs were being introduced for the first time. So because I was good with computers and software, I have found extreme joy and excitement by doing this process of renting the DVD, ripping the DVD, keeping it in my library. It was a very intense period. I think I was in high school, and I remember my mom was getting not upset, kind of upset, seeing the DVDs on my table and on my desk, and I had separated them on days that I need to return them. So I had to be very meticulous and organized. It's not like I was sharing those films with anyone. It's in my hometown, in the house where I grew up, in boxes. And like I was saying, oh, now this is my Al Pacino period. Now this is the Robert De Niro. But some of them are really bad films. If you follow that route, I wouldn't recommend it. See, back then I was watching very different films to the ones I watch now. So I was watching commercial in Hollywood. I really liked Godfather. Occasionally I would watch some of the films that I connect with now, like maybe European cinema or world cinema, and I would find it very fascinating. I remember like I watched definitely like Kieslowski's The Three Colors. I watched one back then, and I remember feeling something strange. Like it was very different to what I was watching otherwise, which was, you know, Bad Boys or Armageddon or I don't know, Ben Affleck films or stuff like that. So it was something different. But I couldn't exactly clarify in my mind why was it. Did I like it? A lot of those films that they're called like art house cinema or whatever, they offer in a way unpleasant experiences. Now I have films of that period that I feel like they have a special place in my heart, even though they are silly films. Like I mentioned, Armageddon. That is probably the silliest film, and actually it's Ben Affleck playing in the film. So I remember now how the feeling of watching those films back then was. I remember, you know, it's a very warm feeling for me now to look back, to reflect on how I felt back then as a child watching those films. I left Greece when I was 24 to come to study in UK. I did not have any interest in cameras, filming or anything until I was 22, 23. And I first touched the camera in my life when I was 24. So, yeah. So I didn't have knowledge or any other information about the industry. My family does not have any background in art or filmmaking, so I was trying to find the logical step. So I was going online and I said, oh, I want to be a filmmaker. What do? The more straightforward option would be to study filmmaking. So that's what I try to do. Maybe it's not the best way for everyone, and definitely I know that by now. But for me it worked. I thought I would do my studies and see where that will take me and keep going on from that point. So I did a bachelor's course in civil engineering, and during my second year, I think there, I grew a strong, I would say, interest in film. That's when I decided that I want to be a filmmaker. I was going to about 40 films per year to the cinema, and I was watching about 2 films a day. I was watching quite a lot, and I felt that, you know, maybe I would like to express myself. Maybe I can do one film like that. I started filmmaking after moving to UK, especially when you put it into that context of me having left Greece. I think if I had remained in Greece, my filmmaking in terms of themes would be probably different, or my interests, for my upcoming projects. So having left Greece and being away for many years allowed me to develop it as different viewpoint about my life there, my personality, what I want for the future, because it's all interconnected, what happens before and what's coming. That allowed me to look in a more maybe nostalgic way about my past and try to get that into my filmmaking as well. I don't like rewatching films which were important to me frequently, because I don't want to ruin the experience of watching them for the first time, because definitely it's not going to be as nice as it was. It's only very few films that I watch and I keep getting the same feeling or experience. Maybe unpleasant feelings on the surface, but really meaningful, I think, inside me. I think probably as a filmmaker all the way throughout my daily life. I like being in my life, treating my daily life as if it is a film. Having a beginning, having a middle, having an end. Most importantly, knowing that there is an end. So I want to make it as kind of cinematic as I can. For example, when I will return from office work, I'll try to put on some nice music, set up some nice lighting, put on, maybe a glass of wine, and make it as if it was a scene where someone returns from work and it becomes a scene that you want to watch. So that's the life I want to live, as much as I can. The excitement of watching something to the excitement of making. Sometimes the way it works for me is I'm losing even the excitement because I'm more focused on particular technical, potentially aspects of the process. So it's not all the way, I think, filmmaking a process that I enjoy, all the bits, but when you look at it overall, it's something, fulfilling. And for me, the most important thing is to be empathetic. If you don't have that characteristic, then there's no way you will create some piece, even if it's abstract, without any characters, without a clear storyline, that will allow people to connect emotionally with you. If you want to be a filmmaker, first of all, you have to be an observer. You have to be able to see around you, notice what interests you, notice the details, see beneath the surface. Try to look at different things, try to connect things with your mind, and do spend that time. Especially these days when we have so many distractions. It's not easy to sit down and look through a window, and observe what's happening to your neighbors, to nature, to everything. Because people do seek, when they watch something, I think they seek for some sort of emotional connection with whatever they're watching, whether it's a person doing something and going through a journey, or whether it's a tree just standing there in the middle of a field and experiencing the wind and the sun. But there has to be an emotional connection. So if you're shooting that tree in the middle of the field, you have to have some empathy towards it and observe it. And if you combine those two, you will find an angle, you will find the lighting to actually express that.
I'm not sure what that means, but I like the way he was talking about stories. I like listening to stories. Maybe I can be this too. Will my teacher like this?
My top tip is, make your life a film. Live in the way that you would like your film characters to be. But make sure, you do that while being emotionally engaged. That's the other piece of advice I would give.
Ma and Baba have planned some fun days, and I'm also dancing with Ma and Malini today.
रोज डाली डाली क्या लिख जाए भवरा बावरा बावरा.
Hi, so nice to see you. Oh, you look so pretty. And we look the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Ready for the dance?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so much looking forward to it. Right. Cool. Looking forward to it.
Dear Diary, sometimes afternoons are exciting, like today. I'm getting ready with Malini Auntie, and we are matching.
Ready? Do you want to get up? Then we can put the dupatta on.
I don't like saris that much. I think it has too many layers. I like what we are doing today. It makes me think that I'm in a movie. Am I? Is my life a film? Well, I don't know.
Look nice. Yeah? Ready. Perfect. Let's go.
हेलो नमस्ते कैसे हैं आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हैं?
ठीक हूँ.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
That's very funny.
I know, so true.
ये छोटे छोटे मेमोरी सारे याद रहते हैं ना.
एकदम. हाँ. और हम तो एक्चुअली वीकेंड को गए थे दीदी के घर, मेरी सिस्टर के यहाँ. तो हमने वहाँ जाके सारी फोटोज वगैरह निकाली पुरानी. And we went to spend some time there as well. Oh gosh, gosh, there's a dust. उसमें सब वो pictures मिले, छे के बड़े छोटे होते, and he was little, and the dancing ones and stuff like that. And Chinchi. curly hair. He was just too cute, I think, at that point of time. और बड़े हो जाते हैं तो क्यूटनेस खत्म हो जाती है.
और बच्चे बड़े होते हैं जल्दी बड़े हो जाते हैं.
True, हाँ. But ये भी है कि मतलब I don't know, there's always, I just always feel कि memories का हमेशा पता नहीं, जब कभी movies देखते हैं ना तो इतना there's some kind of memory that comes back.
Yeah,
It's like some जो भी कोई movie देखो, this I'm sure there's some kind of relation somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
Especially अगर पहले देखी हो
पहले देखिए
तो फिर
like school में आप कुछ देखे हो तो वो school की memory,
I
then
know.
college में,
So true.
then like every stage
I know.
सबके अलग अलग एक memories होते हैं.
So and
और गाना मेरे साथ तो गाना भी जब कोई मतलब स्पेशल सॉन्ग अगर सुनते तो
ये उस मूवी का था.
एक हम लोग गए थे हैदराबाद टूर में तो उस समय हम लोग टूर बस में गए तो वो गाना बार बार चला रहा था. वो साजन मूवी का और वो जब भी मैं अभी भी सुनती हूँ साजन का सॉन्ग मुझे वो हैदराबाद टूर मुझे याद आता है.
Dear Diary, I was listening to Ma and Malini auntie today. They were talking about so many different things. I couldn't decide which one to listen to. Tasos said that stories are important. But are all stories important? Is Malini auntie's story good? Wait. Does this mean that everyone's stories and memories are important? Is my story important? Will anyone listen to me?
बस me and दीदी. So छोटो. I came to UK in 92, being a person who's kind of quite emotional, but then equally positive and strong. There have been times that I try to avoid movies, you know, that can make me feel sad or, you know. Hey, we got some real cinema. I find is quite interesting. Whoa. Gosh, these are old. I wonder how old they are. Because it can change you as a person. Like, you learn so much. I think it's helping me mentally, psychologically. It's helping me a lot. I'm still emotional, but I can distance myself from that emotion. It has helped me a lot. Have you ever seen a video cassette? Talking about movies since I was little, obviously we used to watch movies on television. In our days, we used to have like just one movie that used to come once a week, 6 o'clock in the evening. So the whole family used to be very excited. It used to be on TV. Initially, obviously, we didn't have any video players. It looks like. So you used to put them. It it's broken a bit. Ish. Put in the video recorder, that's VCR it was called. And then you could watch a movie or something. We used to get it, you can get them from Blockbusters and then you can record stuff in as well, watch things. So television obviously was the main thing, and we used to all watch all sorts of movies that time. And the good thing is my mom and dad never discouraged me and my sister to watch any movies. So we used to go to cinema quite often when we were little as well, because that was the only other option apart from like a 6 p.m. movie on a Sunday. Okay, this is all London. London. Yes, it's all Didi, Mama, Papa. Gosh, this is whole of London. I think when Mama Papa came, this is from then. And I remember, well, I don't remember actually. My mom and dad have told me this story so many times that they took us, and by the time the movie finished, we came out and it was raining so much. It was like so flooded that they had to walk through the flood. And my dad had like me on his one shoulder and my sister on his other shoulder. And he actually walked through the water out of the cinema. Like I think we were really tiny. I was probably like 4. Obviously, they couldn't leave us at home. It doesn't matter what the weather is or whatever it is. They have to go and watch it, and you know. So Angur was one of our family favorite movie. I think it came out when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, still quite little. It's been taken from the Shakespeare play Comedy of Errors, even though I've never seen that play. There was something about the movie. I think the first time it came on TV, or maybe we went to watch cinema, I can't remember how we watched it. And it was just so funny. It was simply amazing. Like the whole family was like all four of us, me, my mom and dad and my sister, we just loved it so much. As a family, we've seen that movie probably a million times, and everybody knows the dialogues so well. When I think of it, it was like just a great connection between the four of us as a family, and we were all sitting together, and even while the movie was going on, like every one of us had to say the dialogues, like we had to say them before they could say it. I would really want to watch it again, but then I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it the same way as I did so many years ago. Oh gosh, it'd be probably very emotional. It would be very nice, but it would be kind of slightly sad because I won't be watching it with them three because my mom and dad are not here. My mom and dad are in India, and sadly my sister's not there. So I don't know, it'll just bring back so many mixed memories and feelings, and you kind of tend to miss those things, but then it's important to accept that it can't be the same what was in the memory, isn't it? So I have learned to do that. I want to watch it again. So I do want to watch it again and feel the feeling of whatever the feeling is. Sorry. I know what's going to happen. There's a scene in the film कि guy has gone to the market. वो मूली के पराठे खरीदने जाता है. अच्छा मूली क्यों खरीदने गया है? तो कहते हैं सांड की तरह मार्केट में टहल रहा था, something like that he says, and then he says मूली के पराठे खाने का शौक आया है. So इसमें ही वो मूली के पराठे का डायलॉग है. And then I was talking to my dad the other day, like recently, and I was telling him, he says, what are you having for lunch? And I'm like, मूली के पराठे. He's like, oh, मूली के पराठे खाने का शौक आया है. And it's like just that dialogue comes back to you, and there are so many dialogues of that film, like we just know it by heart. I can like repeat the whole movie in my head. This is too good. मूली के पराठे, think. See, they are the best. Oh God. If somebody knew about the movie, I would like just want to discuss the whole movie with them. It just took me far away. This was amazing. Thank you. Oh. This is exciting. I'm making moody parathas. So the taste of moody paratha is like just melts in your mouth. I'm doing it after years. मुझे ये मूली के पराठे बनाते वक्त एक स्टोरी याद आ गई एक्चुअली. जब मैं I was in year 12, well last year of my school. The smell. Oh gosh, it's amazing. And because I had home economics, and cooking was part under the home economics, and I just hated cooking, never liked it, didn't like my teacher. Final exam tha, because I love mooli paratha, I decided ठीक है मैं मूली के पराठे बनाऊंगी एग्जाम में. And then ठीक है सब हो गया, सब कर दिया, and it was a disaster. मूली का पराठा with makhan. Oh, this is going to be so good. मुंह में पानी. Oh my goodness. This is so good. The reason I'm doing this song, it changed when he was choto. He used to put the dupatta around nani ka leke.
So sweet.
And then he used to dance exactly like the way Madhuri used to. He used to love it.
ये लोग बड़े हो जाते हैं और सारे मेमोरी पीछे छूट जाते हैं.
Seriously.
मेरा झुमका उठा के लाया यार वे जो गिरा था बरेली के बाजार में मैं तो ठुमका लगा के शर्मा गई.
Dear Diary, I think I understand now. I understand why my life is strange. It is strange because we find small things really beautiful. I think the dance we did together was beautiful. It was difficult, but it was good. I think my dress is really nice. I think the movie I watched was really nice. I think my garden is beautiful. I think Ma is beautiful.
Mom, এদিকে আয়.
হ্যাঁ আসছি. I think I understand Tasos and Malini auntie now. I think I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be someone who remembers memories.
रोज रोज डाली डाली
I want to remember when
जाए भवरा बावरा